Verbs convey action. If you want to make your business writing concise and to the point, you need to pay attention to the verbs you use. One way to be more concise is to replace vague verbs with precise verbs. That can help you eliminate unnecessary words and add impact. Consider this sentence. The team made slow progress, and resource costs were beginning to rise. You can replace made slow progress with the more concise progressed slowly. The words were beginning to rise can be replaced by a single word, rose. Forms of the verb to be, such as am, is, are, was, and were, are among the most commonly used vague verbs. It's usually easy to replace them with more precise verbs. For example, instead of saying, Lois is the driver of the truck, you could say, Lois drives the truck. Verbs that don't signify a precise action are often used in a vague way, with other words needed to make the meaning clear. Some common offenders are do and perform. In the sentence, our department does investigations of customer complaints. The verb does needs the noun investigations to clarify the meaning. But you can replace the verb-noun combination with a precise verb, investigates. Even verbs that clearly signify an action can often be improved. For example, when you say, the boss looked at my proposal, could you be more precise? How about, the boss glanced at my proposal, or the boss scrutinized my proposal? Both of those precise verbs mean look, but with very different results for your proposal. Consider using the active voice to make your writing succinct and energetic. In the active voice, a sentence has a subject, a verb, and an object, in that order, and the subject performs the action. So in the sentence, the buyer signed the contract. The subject is the buyer, who performs the action signed on the object, the contract. The passive voice reverses that order. So the buyer signed the contract becomes the contract was signed by the buyer. Now the subject is the contract, which is acted upon by the verb was signed. Sometimes the subject is left out entirely, as in, the contract was signed. In business writing, it's usually best to stick with the active voice. It's less wordy, easier to read, and more precise.